ready? Let's pull, Ms. Long.
It's not working. Hit menu, place, to see if it goes to October B.
Not looked up.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, we can just do it first. It's maybe not a couple weeks.
Just call it and see what we're doing.
Hmm?
You think we're up, we find them all right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, you just come in like a whirlwind and it's just always someplace. Saturday night.
Yeah.
And does all the legends. It seems like we should pay for it. Those people just show up, smile, like,
Okay. This is regular meeting of the Board of Tatum ISD. It is now 5:32 on March the 10th, 2026, and we have a quorum. Mr. Skinner will lead the pledge of allegiance, followed by Mr. Smith giving the invocation.
pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for letting us be here this evening. Help guide us, make the right decisions and choices for our community, our children, and staff. Watch over our community as they mourn one of our loved ones here today. Just thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for us and everything. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Do we have anybody signed up? All right. I need a motion to approve the consent item as presented in the minutes of the regular meeting board meeting of February 9th, 2026.
Make some motion.
A motion by Mr. Crawford, a second.
I second that.
A second by Mr. Smith. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None motion carries.
Mr. President, Board of Trustees, I'm gonna invite Todd Andrews, Maintenance and, our Transportation Director up today. And he's gonna present on Senate Bill 46 at first, all the information about what's required that's come down from the state. And so, he's got a presentation here, and I will click on that presentation. I guess if you wanna start, this is the first thing I got, Mr. Andrews.
Sure, Dr. Richardson, that'd be great. The first couple things are just informational, really, the things that you want. Greetings, glad to be here. Thank you. Everyone's doing well. So as Dr. Richardson mentioned, I'm here to share some information about Senate Bill 546. So the first item on the presentation there is if you remember back in 9/11/2024, we had an accident with one of our school buses, and this is just information regarding that because it pertains to some of the similar ages of the buses that we currently have. This was a report requested by TASB to the Quality Claim Solutions Group to find out the cash value of the bus that was wrecked. And you'll see some comparisons from Tennessee, New Jersey, and Indiana there. And so the cash value was determined on ours at $10,648. Currently, 8 of our fleet fall in that range, as far as age-wise. By 2029, most of the remaining of our fleet would fall within that value range as well. So the next item is actually the claims report from the Texas Association of School Boards. And if you'll see the $32,694 amount, this was the amount that was deemed it would take to repair that bus, to get it back going, repaired, back on the road. And so when that came out, it was determined that bus would be totaled. It was too much to spend on that bus. So that's just some information regarding the bus that was a 2010, which compares to a lot of our 8 of our fleet at the moment, and then by 2029 it would be comparable to the remainder of our fleet. The next item on there is the letter from, this was back from October that I received from Rush Truck, and it was mentioning in this email about the cost of retrofitting buses. If you'll see in the third sentence of the first paragraph, mentioned international buses, which would be $2,000 per seat, provided the seats are ready to upfit and seat backs are available. And then their next paragraph said they will not retrofit any non-seatbelt buses. They cannot be upgraded at the time, and there is not a replacement seat with belts available that fit in the same hole pattern. And that leads me into the next item from Bucks, is this one, which at the bottom you'll see the total retrofit cost per bus is $39,806. One of the reasons why it's so high is because of the replacement of the mounting at the bottom of the seats. When these buses were built, they weren't built to handle seat belts, and so they're built for students just to sit on. Obviously, when you put seat belts in a vehicle like our vehicles, and impact, the seat belt holds you, but the seat has to hold you as well. So there's cost in here of removing the floor or replacing the subfloor on these school buses, and so that brings the cost of $39,806 per bus. The next one, can you go back one, Dr. Richardson, please, sir? What's there? Yeah, that one there.
What's left?
Apologize for they added the tax in there, so I took that out, so we have it correct. This is pertaining to our sped buses, which would need to be retrofitted as well. And this was the cost estimated for our sped buses at $15,583.
How many seats are in the sped bus?
So there's 10.
So they're retrofitting.
I'm sorry. There's 5, 6, and then we have the one that has the wheelchair area in there. And then you got the for our driver.
So total seats. I'm just comparing
6.
the cost of this retrofitting the seats in the sped buses with retrofitting the seats in the regular buses.
So the estimated cost per seat is the same, $950.25.
Okay.
The other, right above that, Dr. Richardson, that I have, the $950 for the 26 seats. So the next spreadsheet there, that's actually, there's a lot of information on this spreadsheet. It shows all of our fleet. It shows the year model to the left there. It shows the mileage in the center column there. That's of good information to have there. And then at the bottom it shows, well, we'll go to the PowerPoint for that. It just has a quantity down there of retrofit costs for these 17 of our Type C buses.
So what, I don't know if you want to go to PowerPoint or not yet, but it would cost that much.
Correct. For the Type C buses. And then the estimated cost for the sped buses retrofit was the $56,167, which is a total of $732,870. And I have that information on the PowerPoint as well.
Everybody has to do this by the end of May. And to get your number in, we have to report it to the state. And with the next legislative session, I was told there could possibly be some funds for this. Some districts, they might can afford to pay $732,000. Our district cannot do that. And so we will have a recommendation for the board to basically state that we cannot afford to do that. The law does not say the kids have to be seat belted in, but they want these 3-point seat belts on these buses. I don't want to steal too much, so go ahead.
No, that's good. That's good. So the next is just a PowerPoint. It kind of brings all the information together, and it gives us All districts must have 3-point seatbelt buses by September 1st, 2029. The next slide shows our current age. We have 5 buses that are over 19 years old. We have 8 buses that are 10 to 18 years old. And this is kind of in reference to the cost, the cash value of those buses I was referencing earlier, of in particular the one that from 2010, the cost, the value of it. And we have 7 that are 5 to 9 years old, and then we have the one brand new bus, thank you for that, that we have in 2025. The next slide, Dr. Richardson shows, we have one bus that's over 200,000 miles. We have 13 of our fleet, which several of those 13 are over 120,000. You can see that on the spreadsheet. It shows the current mileage on the spreadsheet. A couple over 150, I think one over 150, one over 176. Then we have 6 that are over 60,000. These are detailed with our Eagle buses. These are our newer buses that have over 60,000, and we have the one that's under 2,000. And so the next slide shows the cost to retrofit. Our current fleet would be 18 total 77 passenger buses. One.
That's the new bus.
That's the new bus. I'm sorry, I lost my thought. One has 3-point seat belts, and we have one that has lap belts, but when I referenced bucks, they said it would cost the same because the bottom would have to be changed out as well on that one also. That's E6, it has lap belts. So 17 will need to have a complete retrofit, which would be the $676,702 amount we saw on the spreadsheet. And then the next slide is our sped buses, 3 total, 2 small sped buses, which are the $15,583 each, and then the one full size, approximately $25,000. And so the 3 buses was approximately $56,167 for a total of $732,870 for the retrofit. And so the last slide shows, or the second to last slide shows the bus we bought in 2025 was $145,000, and the current price would be roughly $149,000 for a new bus. And then the last slide shows the comparison of the cost for us to be in compliance by 2029, which the retrofit would be $732,870, and the entire fleet would be the $2,863,000.
And that's half the fund balance. So, once again, it's gonna be our recommendation when we get to that point in the meeting that, we can afford to do this. No, yeah. And there's only how many companies do you think can do this?
I've only found Bucks that's going to give us a good, accurate quote. I called Rush early on. I called another school district and asked if they had any recommendations, and they said no. Who do you have? I said I had one. The first response from Rush was, we're not getting involved. We're not going to get involved in that, just because of the high cost of it and the responsibility of it.
Did Flowers International up there? Did y'all call them?
I didn't talk to them. I use them as far as mechanic wise.
You did?
We use them as far as engine wise, but no retrofit for that sort of thing. That could be someone that we could contact.
No, I don't think the price is gonna be any better.
You know, the other option as a district you have, if the board wanted to go that way, would be the lease option. And again, I know we've kicked that around a few times. You could lease 4 buses for $150,000 a year. And, you know, by the time you paid, you could have bought 4 new buses over 4 years. That's the downside of that part of leasing.
Yeah.
But you think about the big cities, big school districts. Well, I don't do, and I will say this, I guess, they still run, like HISD and DISD run that company that, they hire that company. I can't even think of the company, something with C, I thought. And they run their buses for them.
Talking about the DFW area, I can't think of the company either. That was one of the mechanic I was trying to hire at one time. He worked for them, and they still, it's contract out.
They'll contract out,
Yeah.
okay.
A lot of those bigger ones do contract out.
All right.
I know there's a big district down in the Houston area that a friend of mine drives for, that they consolidated, and they don't contract theirs out, so, and they're just pretty huge down there. Most of their buses over the years, they've had seat belts in the last several years, getting them in, so,
Okay. Any other questions about that? Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
So that'll close out that public meeting and everything. So the next thing is action items to consider and approve certification of unopposed candidates for the Tatum ISD Board of Trustees.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Frank.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the certified unopposed candidates, Mr. Stephen Skinner, place 6, Ms. Erica Smith, place 7, for the May 2nd, 2026 Tatum ISD Board of Trustees election as proposed by Mr. Brandon Milam, election official.
Mr. President, I so move.
A motion by Mr. Smith, a second.
I'll second it.
And a second by Ms. Amy. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None motion carries.
Yes, sir. Next item is consider and approve the order of cancellation for the Tatum ISD election on May 2nd.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the order of cancellation for the May 2nd, 2026 AMISD Board of Trustees election according with section 2.053A of the Texas Education Code. Mr. Stephen Skinner, place number 6, Ms. Erica Smith, place number 7, have been certified as unopposed and are hereby elected to the Tatum ISD Board of Trustees. Motion?
Make some motion.
A motion by Mr. Crawford,
Mr. President, I second.
a second by Mr. Smith. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. President. Next item I have is consider and approve Senate Bill 546, as Mr. Todd Andrews just presented, dealing with the school bus seat requirements. As you see on there, the administration recommends that the board affirms that the district budget cannot support the purchase of the buses with 3-point seat belts.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the administration's recommendation that the cost of purchasing buses with 3-point seat belts or retrofitting older buses in the district fleet is not financially feasible in the budget. Have a motion by Mr. Williams. Have a second by Mr. Skinner. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None motion carried.
Thanks, sir. Next item is consider and approve the school year calendar for 26-27. These calendars went out, there were 2 calendars actually that went out, and overwhelmingly by 86%, this calendar was approved that you see currently on the screen. It's very similar to what our current calendar is as well. We have some Fridays and Mondays off. They seem to like those. Matt loves those. Mr. Crawford loves those days. And just charge more. Just charge more. We've got our staff days built in like we had this year. Kind of getting out about the same time. It's very, very similar.
I will say, hearing from the teachers, and even some of the parents are
Thank
happy.
you.
They're happy about it.
They do like it. It has kind of helped with a little morale.
I agree.
So,
All right. Do I have a motion to approve the 2026-27 academic calendar as presented?
Mr. President, I so move.
Have a motion by Mr. Smith,
I'll second it.
a second by Ms. Amy. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None motion carries. Okay. Board will now convene to the closed meeting to discuss the following items posted on our agenda this evening as followed by the Texas Government Code 551.074, personnel matters involved in resignation, employment, professional personnel, contract renewal, and school administration, contract changes, contract renewals, contract changes for non-certified term and probationary contract employees. No voting will take place in the closed meeting. Any action the board wishes to take as a result of discussion in closed session will take place after the board reconvenes in open meeting. It is now